Hi, welcome to the Wisdom Years. I'm Wayne Morrison. I've heard it said that the gravitational pull of Earth is so strong that if it were slightly more, we would all be smashed like pancakes. And if it were only slightly less, we would all be flung into space. And I was thinking that the ego is a very good parallel for the spirit and mind in the world. Because the ego can get us in a lot of trouble by becoming so powerful that it pulls us down. Or we can control the ego. We have tamed gravity to some degree in that we can fly planes, fly spacecraft into space. And in the same way, I think we can learn to control the ego. I believe it can be done. The ego unchecked will flatten us out like a pancake. If we let the ego go unchecked, we are going to be in a lot of trouble. But if we accept that the ego is here, we are part of the ego and the ego is part of us, and we deal with it not as an enemy so much, but more as a thing we have, just like we seem to have a body, we seem to be an ego. Of course, we're not bodies, and I don't believe we're egos either. But we do have bodies here, or we seem to, and we do have egos here, or we seem to. And I found the best way for me to control my ego is to allow it to exist, but when I see it peeking its ugly head up too high, just gently remind it, down boy. This is working for me. There's other ways to do it, and some people might have the opposite problem, to be honest. Some people may need to have a bigger ego. I do know people that seem to be so ego-less that they don't have a real ability to function well in this life. So much like being earthbound by gravity, we are anchored by the ego, but we don't have to be a slave to gravity or a slave to the ego. Thank you very much. Please consider subscribing or following, and I'll see you next time.